I was grateful to consider myself in a time and place like Eden, living in a historic colonial on the Connecticut River, with my beautiful wife and two young sons. A park-like location, we had a college place to live and for my boys to grow up and explore, including the old barn with weathered reddish-brown boards, a treehouse to climb that I had built. And a small body of water with frogs to entertain them for hours. It even had a name, Morning Pond, which many of you remember. There was a moment I can still recall when I worked on the tractor in the barn and I recognized how idyllic our life was. Even if we had to work hard to maintain and improve the overgrown land and the old buildings, it was a wonderful way of life. It was shortly after that epiphany that things began changing. Through seemingly small, inconsequential changes of daily life, I began gradually to lose the balance. The economy shifted, and my business became less productive. The confidence of my children and wife in me was weakening, and I began ceding control and succumbed to the request to move closer to the schools by moving out of that house. Even now, I experience foreboding dreams of packing up and shedding acquisitions and leaving this place that was so vital and renewing to my soul. Within a few seasons, I was then extricated from my new house and family, alone, and certainly out of Eden. Now, resurrection does not necessarily imply crucifixion, but I'm certainly down and out. Some people worry because I lost so much, but I was not clinically depressed. My circumstances had simply changed dramatically and indeed become somewhat depressing, especially in contrast to where I had been. It was a challenging period, and I was sometimes tempted to give up, to move far away, to withdraw from my family completely, especially from my boys. Somehow, and there's one of Julia's recurring themes, resurrection themes, somehow I kept the door open for a day at a time, for a week, for months and years. I remember the strong internal need to nurture and love my two sons. And I was pretty much powerless because I was left virtually unfulfilled. I was misinterpreted and mistrusted and mistreated by people who I loved the most. I now know what glacial pace means because it seems like forever. Time becomes relative and you need to learn how to trick yourself into falling asleep because your mind keeps playing scenes and questioning, how can I make this better for the ones I love? I tried so many ways to heal my family, some of which I'm embarrassed to admit now. Yes, many wounds need just time to heal. But I also found that some activities that might be described as rituals kept me on a positive track, kept me sane, kept me healing myself and my relationship with my sons. Some were daily activities, like exercise and prayer and work. Some were weekly, like the support of the Jacob group, which gave me perspective about loss and a sense of humor about my family. I'll always remember Proverbs 21, verse 9, but I won't quote it today. Yes, Sunday morning was a weekly reminder that my own troubles were not the only ones in the world, and that did my head a lot of good. Hearing about the pain and suffering that others experienced was an excellent way to keep in mind that I was not the only one who faced such crippling circumstances. Yes, joys and concerns of others meant more to me than I expected. Sitting in this sanctuary with you people, and especially feeling the sounds of Sherry playing the organ postlude, that became a moving ritual from which I did benefit greatly. Music came back to my life more fully to fill part of that void, re-engaging as a musician, since it was my first career, enhanced by worth and artistic expression. However, it also strengthened the last and best connection to my more estranged son, who was building his life around music. This February, we passed the 10th anniversary of our divorce. One doesn't get greeting cards back. But life is so much better. I am now up and extremely thankful to have rebuilt a strong, albeit non-intact, loving family. As my children grow into young adults, I'm profoundly thankful for the smallest kindnesses shown by them to me or to others, and I give thanks daily for redeveloping a close relationship with both of my boys, now 18 and 21. I also recognize that so many of life's challenges can be interpreted as potential resurrections. Just 3 weeks ago, here, Easter found me new thanks for my blessings. And also, where we often find more meaning in the challenges, small and large, on which to work and to love, and for which to rise.